What's good, YouTube? It's KB with Just Do Boxing, back with another video. I wanted to get my thoughts on the two standout performances of last night. Luis Ortiz versus Charles Martin card. First up, we got Frank the Ghost Martin versus Romero Duno. Both fighters 26 years of age. Frank Martin 5'8", 68-inch reach. He's 15-0 now, 11 KOs after last night. Duno, 26 years of age as well, 5'7", 68-inch reach. I'm going to start off by saying Martin was in great shape. I want to say that. He looked like he was in phenomenal shape. He was sharp, he was fast, he fought smart. He fought smart behind his jab. I think it was impressive how he mixed the speed up on his punches. He didn't throw all his punches with the same speed. He knew how to mix it up. He showed a great punch variation that kept Duno all balanced for the duration of the fight. Duno on his behalf, he landed a few good shots. Nothing that really caused no damage, no significant damage. He wasn't able to slow Martin down at all. It just seemed like Martin was 2 or 3 steps up Duno last night. And, on top of the good combinations that he landed to the head, he looks like he's a very focused and determined body puncher. He fights with Derek James, so I'm not surprised that, with that schooling, I know he's teaching him to go to the body, because he did a hell of a job going to Duno's body. He landed some nasty body shots as well. And, he pretty much dominated. Other than being hit with a few solid shots, he weathered that little small storm. He wasn't never hurt. He never buzzed or anything too much. He ended up dropping Duno 2 or 3 times. I think it was 3 times he dropped him. He forced the ref pretty much to wave the fight off. I mean, this dude showed a lot of tools last night. He showed a lot of tools, a high IQ. I mean, he's only 15-0, but if you watch, you would think he had more than 15 fights. This dude is definitely a lightweight to be looking out for. I think everybody should keep their eye on Frank the Ghost Martin. I think he's definitely in position. As long as he stays focused, at some point, I think he's going to be a world champion. This is a future world champion in my eyes. That's the way I see it. I like what I'm seeing from him. Very impressive, well-rounded, and he's a southpaw. It makes him even more dangerous, in my opinion. Great young talent, and definitely a future world champion. So that's the first breakout performance of the night for me. Frank the Ghost Martin knocking out Romero Duno in 4 rounds. I mean, man, one of his knockouts, he just completely took Duno's legs, man. And even though he beat the count, the ref had to wave it off, and rightfully so, because he was in bad shape. He was hurt bad. It only would have got worse. So all in all, it's a great performance for Frank Martin. I can't wait to see what's next for him. And, on to the next. And I think the next breakout performance for me was next up. Number 1 for me, the performance of the night was the heavyweights, the main event. Luis KingKong Ortiz versus Prince Charles Martin. Ortiz, after tonight, he's 33-2 with 28 KOs. Martin falls to 28-3-1 with 25 KOs. Martin, 35 years old, he's 6'5" with an 80-inch reach. This was the battle of the Southpaws. It was for the IBF title eliminator. Charles Martin was riding a 3-fight win streak, 3-2 in his last 5 fights. His last loss was in 2018 against Adam Kownacki, a unanimous decision loss. But this fight right here, it's a hell of a fight. KingKong, 42 years old, he's getting up there, 6'4", 78-inch reach, fighting out of Cuba. It was a great fight all in all. Both fighters traded knockdowns. Charles Martin drew first blood, dropping Ortiz in the first round with a 1-2. Credit to Ortiz for getting up. He got up rounds 2 and 3. Both fighters got off with shots, with Martin seemingly getting the better of the work, slightly. And in round 4, Charles Martin would drop Ortiz again for the second time. with a right hand. Almost the same punch, with seconds to go in the round. Ortiz would get up off the canvas again with a smile on his face, almost acknowledging it as if to say, Martin caught him with a good shot. Like a champion, he got up off the deck again. And towards the end of the fifth, Martin would hurt Ortiz again with a 1-2 to end the round. Lucky for Ortiz that the round was coming to an end, because his leg buckled badly when Martin hit him with that 1-2. And after the first knockdown, it appeared as though Ortiz's legs, something was bothering him or something. Maybe one of his legs was hurt. Maybe he fell awkwardly or something like that. But it was like his legs weren't 100% underneath him for whatever reason. But in round 6 is where things would change in Ortiz's favor. And this is where he was able to drop Charles Martin badly. And Ortiz had Martin like frozen out on his feet, like he didn't know where he was at. And Ortiz, being the finisher, the closer he is, he jumped all over him with a barrage of punches. He ended up putting Martin down, and something weird happened where, after Martin got knocked down, his glove got, stuck between the ropes or something like that. The referee had to help him get his glove free. I've never seen that before. It was weird. But, the knockdown in itself, I mean, he hit Charles Martin, and it's just like the lights are on, but nobody was home type of deal. It was just like he just disconnected from the world for a minute, and like I say, he didn't know where he was at, and Ortiz jumped all over him and knocked him down, had his glove all stuck between the ropes. It just looked real crazy, looked bad. But credit to Charles Martin, man, he did get up, but he was dropped again badly. Ortiz had him, hurt bad, falling all over the place. It was stopped in the 6th round. It was a great heavyweight fight. They put on. Both fighters came to fight. My thoughts on the performances, they both fought well. Ortiz, for a minute, he looked as if Father Time had caught up with him, because he not only was he hurt early, but at times, Martin was just clearly, he was pulling the trigger. He was slightly outboxing Ortiz, which I think that surprised a lot of people, because with their skill sets, you would just, most would think it would be Ortiz, outboxing Charles Martin, and Martin having to land a big shot for him to win. But the fight played out the other way around. Martin drew first blood. Like I said, he dropped Ortiz in the first round. So, he ended up dropping Ortiz twice, and like a champion, Ortiz old 42-0. He got up, climbed up off the canvas twice, and he recorded a couple knockdowns of his own and got the stoppage in the 6th round. I mean, it was a great fight. He showed some vulnerability in, meaning Ortiz. So I'm not going to be surprised if more people are going to be jumping to fight him now, because, that's how boxing is. You show vulnerability, and all of a sudden, everybody knocking at your door wanting to fight you. So like I said, this was an IBF title eliminator, so I'm interested to see Ortiz in there with any of the top heavyweights. I mean, he's a tough fight. No matter how old he is, he's a tough out for anybody. And that Cuban style, and being able to box with that fight-ending power, that fight-changing, fight-ending power, I want to see him in there with anybody. Doesn't matter who, just as long as it's a top name, because he is old. And time is ticking. He doesn't have age on his side, so I think he needs to be put in the biggest fights possible. And another thing I wanted to mention was, even though Martin was winning rounds and he hurting Ortiz, big salute to Luis Ortiz for remaining patient. He stuck to the game plan. He was landing some nasty body shots that I think helped kind of level the playing field. Whereas when they got to round 5 and 6, Martin slowed down just enough for Luis Ortiz to land the fight-ending shot, man, which he did. And he was able to, knock him down a couple times and get him out of there. All 6-round stoppage. And, it was a great fight. I think as for Charles Martin, most people say go back to the drawing board, but I don't know. I mean, he held a good account of himself. I think we should see him in the ring again with somebody. Maybe take a little bit of time off though after that. The knockout was kind of devastating, but I definitely would want to see Charles Martin back in the ring because he showed a lot since his AJ loss. I think he's an improved fighter that definitely deserves another shot. And as for Ortiz, I hope a title shot is in his very near future because I would want to see him in there with one of those top dogs because, like I say, he's a handful for anybody. So that's my quick thoughts on the fight last night, man. Y'all get in the comment section. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Get in that comment section as always and let me know if I gave Luis KingKong Ortiz and Prince Charles Martin their just due, along with Frank the Ghost Martin, because that's what I like to do over here, Just Do Boxing. To the next one, I'm out. Peace.